I guess we're going south. We're stuck with Xanos for now.
What do you want?
Do I want you to be a mage? Shit. Barbarian only. Large group of humanoids came from the forest and headed toward the road not long ago. According to the tracks, they took the same road about back. It's a bear. It's a bear. Black bear. Run away! Xanos will be more. The less Xanos casts, the more useful it will be. Okay, what missions do we have? So the gnolls went here. Deer. Were our ranger or druid, we might be able to talk to the deer. Not sure what we would get out of it though. Essentially nothing. Bah, all this green makes me queasy. The hills were better. So some kind of forest area. A large group of humanoids came from the foothills and headed north not long ago. I don't want to stumble into any ambushes. Cave entrance. The tracks don't go to the cave though. So who the hell is there? Ooh, shit. Bugbears. Bugbear hero, bugbear shaman. Right, this is not good.
Alright, crew. Let's take them down.
No, I need healing, Daniel!
We have no chance here. Not with Xanos not having all that many abilities anyway. And ooh, enemies nearby. Being in low health. Bandit camp.
This is
I
too
need healing,
easy.
damn
All right, crew. Let's take them down.
Ortano, Ortano,
Okay, that went well. Xanus provided the necessary distractions. The downside to that is, if distractions are the only thing you can provide, it's worthless almost to be with us. We need something that can contribute more. Boots of reflexes. Doesn't mean much to a thief. Already has high reflex saving throws. But at the same time, it does allow for new tactics. Certain area of effect abilities have reflex saves, so we could basically ignore those. Another cave. Didn't have so much luck with the first one. Wolf War Cave Bear. This can be bad. Cave Bear is more dangerous than the others.
All right, crew. Let's take them down.
I need healing, damn you!
Yeah, we're not gonna survive this. I don't have the armor class to survive this. We're very lucky with his rolls. It's gonna start hitting. I think he has 2 attacks per round too, so double what we have. Single hit and we're pretty much dead. Another hit and we are dead. Still, this cave is certainly doable. We just need to rest. The problem at the moment is that we're very low level. So there isn't much we can attempt to do. Either we basically just get it without too much fuss, we'll get those sneak attack hits and land them, or we might as well load because we're fucked. There's nothing we can do anymore.
What do you want?
What spells can you cast? Magic armor on me. Actually, that should help quite a bit. Mage armor. It also lasts quite a bit. It's +4 armor class for us, so it should drastically increase our survivability here.
This is too easy.
Attack the cave bear, dumbass. Yeah, we've got this. Come on. That's the spirit. 453 experience points. But good did it do? Very close to a level up. That's something. But that's not why we're here. The door on this lock is too complex to pick. Yeah, have to find a key. How the hell are we gonna turn into a key? We've been on the other side too. Yeah, I think that's where we died against the bugbears. There's an inner chamber. If we don't find the key, there's no way we can do anything here. Still not the gnolls.
I need healing, damn you! I need healing, damn you! Ortano, for
Yeah, the problem with Xanos now is he has some kind of conflict with the AI. He doesn't really cast anything. He does something and then interrupts himself. I don't know. Don't know. Okay. I think our goal was to try to get to Shadow Dancer. So dodge, mobility, and the typical skills. Yep, that might have been it. We want to focus on dexterity. Would be a lot of levels before we even theoretically can afford it. So dodge and mobility have to be the feats we'll take when we get the chance. 2-2 split. What feats? Medium armor. We can actually wear it now. Light armor. Come on. Okay. What weapon do you have? Xanos' dagger. It's an absolute piece of shit dagger. And he has martial weapon prowess, which means he can pretty much use anything. Yeah, okay, Xanos' big problem might be at least partially related to crappy. That's something we can fix. Actually, the tomb would probably give us those equipment pieces for free. Also give him a shield, bit better armor. Another cave.
Ortano, for Digyamar!
Bandits.
I need healing, damn you!
Of course they don't have martial weapons.
You breathe your last.
They seem to be ill-equipped with weak weapons. Back up. What exactly am I supposed to do with you? Are you gonna get back on your own, or I use a healing kit? Okay. This is very promising. No, it's not. It sort of is, though. Okay, I can give... He has a heavy crossbow already. That's no good. Take a longbow. Once we get better equipment to him, we'll give it to him. Let him use melee weaponry, but for now, that doesn't make sense.
Now just wait right
Consider it
there and don't move a muscle until I say.
Bandit chief.
You just follow me and stay close.
Consider it done.
All right, crew. Let's take them down.
Can't dodge that. I was thinking I might be able to use the traps there to
Now
harm
just
them
wait
while I
right
dodge them, but
there
no.
and don't move a muscle until I say.
Is this torch a marker? Because the archers are also waiting on that
There's
end.
more where that came from.
Ah, chief is coming. Fuck with it. Where did you come from? Archer suddenly appears here too. Yeah, this is not good. We could avoid the... No, I'll just avoid all the traps. Probably the simplest thing to do.
There's more. You just follow me and stay close.
Consider it done.
All right, crew. Let's take them down.
15 points of damage. No, just 10. Okay. That's not that much better, but I'll take it. And you
All
could
right, crew.
help, that would be
Let's
nice.
take them down.
There's no way I'll survive this. goddamn bandit archers are just hitting me constantly. And yep. Oh shit. Things would be so much simpler if this piece of shit actually did something constructive in these fights. Having to deal with everything on your own, not exactly great. What can we do? Park skin. Anything else? Ghostly visage, but I don't want to waste it on this. These guys aren't that good, and it won't last that long anyway. By the way, I need
There's
to
more.
attack the
All right,
archers
crew.
first.
Let's
They're
take
just
them
as
down.
damaging, but they'll probably go down a lot faster.
This needs healing! Damn you!
Fuck. The bandit sheep. He's actually very good. There's no reasonable armor class that I could achieve that would able to evade his hits. We'll come back here later. I want him to have better equipment, or I want someone else. I can kill them all on my own, but that would require me to basically run around and shoot arrows at them, and it is just as tedious as it sounds, but you can do it. I would rather not have to do that. Who are you? Hermit's home. Hello, Mr. Hermit. A recharger.
Can I help
Seriously.
you?
What is it that brings you to the home of a humble child of the lady's peace? On second thought, forget that I asked. It is none of my business, so long as you bring no evil to my home. Listen, lass, I like it nice and quiet, so if you are being hounded by gnolls, hounded by assassins, or chased by Cyric himself, I do not want to hear about it. I want nothing to do with your problems. I do not want to even know your name. I would like your gold, though, so you can buy some of my magical goods. Or I can teleport you somewhere. Why are you so uptight? That sounds like a middling type of question. There is nothing wrong with me. I just do not like strangers. And alas, you are a stranger than most. Why do you say that? Because it seems like an appropriate insult at the moment. Now, are you going to buy something, or did you just come to chatter inanely? What do you have for sale? Hmm, not bad at all. Magic bag. Chime of opening. Knock spell, 1 charge per use, but this thing has 50 charges. Root of shielding. Use shield 3 uses per day. Interesting. Yes, very interesting. Potion of lore. Shitty armor. This is more of a mage's shop than anything else. While not bad, this doesn't really help us in any way. The weaponry offered isn't good, we can't get decent armor, we can't get shields. Just no good. I don't really know what to do. If we can't do these small caves, then we're certainly not going to be able to do some kind of gnoll cave system or stronghold or whatever they have here. So I think we're going to call it quits on this for now. I need someone I can actually trust and fight. Xanos is not it. At least current Xanos. Useless piece of shit Xanos who... Okay. Who basically cast cantrips. Cantrips are like hitting someone with a dagger with no extra skill behind it. Yeah, it can do damage, but it's about the most useless thing you can do in general. Wonder if the old man can teleport us to somewhere. I'd like to go to the village. I don't want to use a teleportation crystal to do it. As long as it's not too expensive. I need... We're gonna keep Xanos, we need to get equipment for him. He's just worthless how he is. It's not good
Can I
enough
help
of
you?
a mage. 500 gold. Oh, go fuck yourself. That's more than a third of my full wealth at the moment, so no, no, which means we're just gonna have to leg it, which is terrible. Because it's just a couple of minutes down the drain, and that's it. There's no danger for me, and there's no fun for me, and it's nothing but a waste of time. There, not.
This is too easy. All right, crew. Let's take them down.
Look at that, Xanos being useless. He killed something. He killed something. Excellent. That's the spirit. The less spells he has, the more useful he becomes. I'm sure if you would focus on being a sorcerer, you would get something out of him when you get to like level 4 or 5. You start to read some useful spells. But at the moment he's just... Every time he casts, he's just worthless. Doesn't have anything worthwhile to cast. He does have like one or two, well actually one useful buff spell. Elven Crypt might have the weapons we need. It's only had a couple of armors on the floors. At the same time those are equally probably just already gone. Save me the money though. They're not cheap. And I wouldn't have to go all the way back to the village if I can just find a few weapons here. Doesn't have to be something special. I'm more than happy with a normal sword or something like that. Morningstar, that's fine. Lacks shield, lacks armor. Not exactly good at the moment. It's an improvement over a dagger. Okay, longsword, that's probably an improvement too. Small shield. Sword has a higher critical chance. Pretty sure there were armors here too. He has now basically what amounts to leather armor, which isn't terrible, but at the same time it's not good either. Chainmail. I think that's a medium. And it's a decent medium. 19. That's good enough. Drastic improvement to his fighting capabilities. Scale, medium, a bit weaker. Depends on your stats though. It's gonna be weaker. Since we're here, we might as well go check the main cobalt room. Don't really expect anything useful anymore though. Don't trigger the blades. Darts. Chainmail, which we already have. Or was it a chain shirt? Chainmail. So yeah. You might benefit more from this bludgeoning resistance cloak. Because if I'm imagining he'll be in the front lines, I'll basically try to backstab. Not perfect, but I still think we're gonna do much better this way. Hopefully he doesn't cast. Can I tackle spellcasting?
Consider it done.
Hopefully that means don't cast. I'm gonna use a shrine topside to heal up. Don't even need to rest. Don't think we're gonna tackle any gnoll caves though this time. We can clear out the lesser caves. There's like 3 of them. One with the rogues, or rather bandits. Killed the one with the bear. And one with the bugbears. So would have been faster just to rest. Just sort of realized before we got to the 3rd level that we can decide to have him act as a barbarian. The extra sorcerer level really does nothing for us, and it'll just weaken his combat capabilities. I guess what's done is done. Okay, how this works will depend quite heavily on the fact how good will he function. I'm hopeful that I disabled his spellcasting.
What do you want?
Mage armor on yourself. You can cast it. Probably futile. 22 armor is good. Having high armor on me is
What
not that
do you
important.
want?
Not nearly as important. But still, it'll help. No. Better fighting capabilities, properly buffed. Let's see what we can do. Holy shit. We took a critical hit, yep. Ah, fuck. Another critical hit. We're never gonna survive this. Fuck me! 3 critical hits taken in a single fight. And probably within a minute, all of them. Yeah, we're not gonna survive this. Not like this. Well, it still is a little bit better than last time, but not that great. The shaman is too big of a problem for us.
No, I need healing, damn you!
That's bullshit.
This is too easy.
So, we lost all of our healing potential, but yeah, we got this. We should have taken out the shaman earlier. The problem is, I can't really take out anyone without someone supporting me. And I can't direct them to attack a certain target. I can sort of get them to attack a target, but it has to go through like attack closest or something like that. So I would need to manipulate his movement somehow first. By the way, first cave down. And without spellcasting, Xenos is immediately much more deadly.
Ha!
Another locked door. Either the gnolls have it or the bandits have it. Actually, I'm thinking the bandits are a much more likelier candidate. This is all side mission crap. Not an actual mission, but a place you can explore, probably get some kind of a half-decent magical item out of it. So, definitely something optional. But how to do the bandit? He is good. He has 2 attacks, so I think one attack is +10, one is +6. So there's no possibility of us evading his attacks. I suppose we might be able to use the traps to our benefit, but I'm also going to be caught in it, so not sure how useful
What
that is.
do you want?
Mage armor buffs on both guys. It's not much, but
Now just
something.
wait right there and don't move a muscle until I say.
I need to know what these do. This is slow. Okay.
Now just wait right
Ooh.
there. All right.
Where did you come from?
Consider it done.
The trap triggers creates new guys.
Now
Okay.
just wait right
Consider it done.
there and don't move a muscle until I say.
Wonder if it creates one every time.
This is too easy.
Yep.
All
We're
right,
not gonna
crew.
survive this.
Let's take them down.
They basically got a couple of perfect strikes in. And that's a wrap. Couple of good strikes and a critical hit on top of that. So there's just not a lot I can do about that. It's just that's
Now
game over.
just wait right
I don't have the hit
there.
points to survive that. Fuck you! Yeah, I'm dead.
All right, crew. Let's take them down.
Spells don't affect them. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm only shooting myself in the leg if I do that. I'm not sure what the best way to fight this is. Maybe we should try to... I can't get him through there. I'm just gonna trigger things. Or he doesn't trigger anything. Fine.
Now just wait right
Is there a
there
trap here?
and don't
This
move
looks
a
like
muscle
it's gonna have
until I
traps.
say.
That's why they're there waiting. Long hallway. No, doesn't look like it. And 7 points of damage taken. Jesus fucking Christ. Every time I even show my nose there, it's most of my life's gone.
All right, crew. Let's take them down. All right,
Feel
crew.
free to take part
There's
in the
more where
fighting.
that came from.
See? Excellent. Critical hit. Shit. We have what? 22 points of damage taken, so fuck you, there's no way I can survive this. I can't really heal, so I'll have to hope that he'll focus on Xanos. We have a reasonable chance of winning. Xanos can last a huge amount of damage. But one more hit from me and he's dead. So. Magical armor, magical katana. I'll these chainmail +1. You know what katana does. Still, We can take the medical chainmail. Won't show now because we have buffs on, but it will be better than the normal chainmail. Okay. There's also room for improvement with Xenos. You might want to consider either a larger shield or a two-handed weapon, one way or another. The current weapon shield combo is not good. I will probably go with the shield because he has to entertain our enemies while we go and backstab them. Monies, lore ring, silver key, Garg's book. This grease-stained water damage book was obviously the journal of one of the bandits you killed. The writing is simplistic and the poor spelling and grammar make it almost unreadable. Apparently the bandit was learning to be a scribe when a large stack of books fell over, landing on his head. The bandit must have taken a severe blow to the head and he was fired from his job. Recently, he joined a small group of bandits. The bandits robbed and killed some merchants, finding a key and some notes about an old tomb. They burned the notes and have been looking for the tomb, hoping it will have riches hidden within. Yeah, that has to be the key we're looking for. Or money. Another ring. Probably should go and buy a lore potion at the same time. We got a ring of lore. Or scholars rather, that might help us. It does provide light, which is very useful in and of itself. I don't think the game has stealth mechanics in the sense that it makes us easier to spot. It'll just make sure that we can actually see what we're doing. Animal sympathy plus 12. Not useful for us. Useful for ranger or druid. Katana of the North. Attack bonus plus 1. Massive criticals. Animal empathy. Endure elements. I can probably drop the book already. Can you use exotic weapons? I don't think so. Weapon proficiencies, martial, simple, no. So we're probably going to just sell the katana, get a decent amount of cash from it, and be rich. I still want to see what's in the tomb. I would guess maybe some kind of undead monster. That's what's always in these old tombs. Not too worried about making it though. Actually, I'm fairly happy now. Xanos, as sucky as his class combination is at the moment, or the level split, he's very useful as a warrior, and the minor buffs he can cast are also equally useful. Just not sure how long they'll last, because he's not good at killing stuff. Meaning, I'd probably rather have some other companion. Problem is, the only other companion at the moment is the thief. Not sure if two thieves in the same party is a good idea. I think he would be much more durable one. So, and Xanos isn't actually all that great either, but Xanos has massive amount of hit points, thanks to the barbarian level, so that's what more or less what we're looking for right now. That's medical shield plus 1, large shield.
I'm carrying far too much useless garbage.
This is working out just fine for us. +2 armor class. It's a mummy. That is very dangerous. Probably has aura of fear. Skeleton warriors. Yeah,
All right, crew.
this is bad.
Let's take them down.
Skeleton warriors are absolutely deadly. 4 of them. And we're running out of wave in fear. This won't work. We need to lure them out in smaller groups.
Now just wait.
A single
right
skeleton
there,
warrior would
and
be
don't
dangerous.
move a muscle until I say. There's more where that came from. All right, crew. Let's take them down.
Yeah. This is not gonna work. I'm buying time. I don't have the stats to buy time though. The fear will also last quite a bit, so yeah, I'm not gonna survive this. In order for this to work, at least he has to be able to bypass the fear check. Anything else will just not work. I can't really afford to heal myself anymore, and he can. What a load of shit. This is better than nothing, because if he gets his courage back while he's so close, he can't lose it again. Okay, if we get his courage back now, we're in a good place.
All right, crew. Let's take them down. There's more where that came from.
No. We can take the mummy on, but damn, this is pathetic. Can't heal that. Maybe I can. And bastard's gonna fight it again. As long as that happens, it's just a waste of time for me to go there. I don't have the room to maneuver, and if that same thing happens to me, we're gonna be dead before it clears out. So this is the bane of medium level enemies. They're not that much tougher in many sense than the lower ones. They all, every stinking one of them has some kind of specialty.
You cannot win!
Don't lose your nerve! Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, guess we'll wait. What saving throw is it? Probably will. He shouldn't have too bad of a will saving throw. One. Not exactly great either, but no negatives or not zero. So it's probably a 50-50 chance if he's gonna make it or not. The moment he does, we'll win this. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's will save versus fear success. Typically class 12. So yeah. He rolls 11. With the 20-sided dice, he'll succeed. And the mummy dies. If not, we're gonna sit here doing nothing. What you gonna do?
All right, crew.
Kill the
Let's
last
take
thing.
them down.
Doesn't even have to do a point of damage. What he needs to do is keep the mummy stable so I can shoot it with arrows. He can do damage, all the better. He really can't though. Probably you need a magical weapon of some sort to bypass at least some of his defenses. It looks like he'll absorb 50% of the damage. Still going down. There's still the 3 skeleton warriors, but we can face them 1 or 2 at a time. Shouldn't have too much problem. Yep. There's no possible way we can lose.
You cannot win!
You need to change your weapon. This is a bad weapon against the skeletons anyway. Ah. We're certainly stumbling quite a bit. And I think our biggest problem is, which is usually a problem, is that if you don't have a proper fighter early on, it's gonna be tough. Later on, it's not gonna matter. Ah, fuck. Institution laws. You need someone who can take on people right from the start.
All right, crew. Let's take them down. All right, crew. Let's take them down.
Shit, this is not good. I think I say it though. Yeah, this is terrible. We can't handle 2 of them at the same time. More importantly, this son of a bitch should not have switched targets. If there's one thing I really dislike about the control system here, is that I can't just assign a target. Like, attack that. and I don't. It's the most basic command you would think of. You have to do. I guess it's to do with the fact that in some ways it's hard to assign targets. When you attack, I think the attack is basically attack nearest.
All right, crew. Let's take them down.
Test true power!
Blunt weapon was a good choice. From the piercing weapon, 50% of the damage goes to waste. Something like that, at least close to it. Blunt weapon delivers all its damage to the target. There's probably at least one more skeleton warrior. I would say two more. Is there a point in trying to fight them? See if we can lure it out. Yeah.
You just follow me and stay close. All right,
Consider
crew.
it done.
Let's take them down.
It's better if I am the decoy this time. No, it's not. Critical hits. Yeah. There's no way. Yeah. No one could have survived that. That's one of the main reasons you probably want to have a two-handed weapon here and there. Sash of Shimmering. That's nice, that's a magic resistance. Actually, it would be probably better to have him carry it. We are using him as a tank. He needs to be able to resist magic more than me.
You just follow me.
Let's
And
see
stay
if we can
close.
do this without getting critical hit.
You just follow me and stay close.
Consider it done.
All right, crew. Let's take them down.
Skeleton or undead warriors, probably skeleton warriors more than anything else. They're very interesting in the sense that they're not strong. They don't have a lot of hit points, but they're fairly good warriors up there for their level. Very, very, very damaging. So you never really want to deal with them. Later on you just get the ability to kill them so fast they're not too much of trouble. Keep attacking me. Unless he gets a critical hit, we're okay. At least I am. Not sure about Xanos. Probably Xanos too. Yeah. Still has 9 points.
No, I need healing, damn you!
Got a critical hit on Xanos. What else is new? No, I'm not gonna survive this. He doesn't need critical hits to take me down. Can I use the mace? Well, I have the ability to. Yeah, that didn't go well, but we're done. I guess a learning experience might be the words to describe this. I'm confident we can deal with the ghouls now, though.
All right, crew. Let's take them down.
They're gonna be much easier to take down, and our sneak attacks will actually work on them. Sneak attacks won't work on undead, so we are in a much better position to take them down. Might as well visit the old man we already visited. Just get rid of the equipment, nothing else. Sort of need to rest too. Losing constitution is not fun. Maybe I should spend a little bit of cash on healing supplies. I really don't have anything. If something happens to that bastard during our adventures, there's no way I can revive him.
Can I help you?
Oh, he has Healer's Kit 1. Seems fairly expensive though. But is he willing to... yeah, I'm not getting all that much cash for him. So the expensive equipment would be much better to be sold somewhere else. At the same time, the Healer's Kit are also fairly expensive. And I'm gonna do things a little bit differently. I'm just gonna get the hell out of here. Can't do it here. We can easily make more focus crystals. So we are gonna do exactly that. Could you heal
Have
me?
you any news of the artifacts?
Yes. A kobold by the name of Deacon holds the tower statue, but he won't give it to me unless I help him. And there's no other way to get it from him? Then you may have to help him, Belial. Hopefully what he wants isn't distasteful. Do you know anything about a dragon named Timufarar? Timufarar! That does sound familiar. He's a young white dragon from the Nether Mountains, I believe. Relatively benign as far as his kind can be, but very selfish. Is he the one that is behind the kobolds? That would make sense. Timo Farrar would want the artifacts for himself if he ever heard of them. But how did he hear of them? Timo Farrar is a potent beast, Belaya, but he is no great wizard and not overly intelligent for a dragon. Very odd. Your only recourse may be to find his lair in the Nether Mountains and learn more. You must be stealthy, however. Battling him would be your death. Healing. Ah, much appreciated. Now,
Have you any news of the...
um, can you teleport? Yep. We can just go back where we used the rings. Excellent. Ah. But we're running low on the crystals, so I'm gonna create a couple more. Don't need a huge number of them. I don't know if they will be in any way useful later on. I think it's more of a crutch that you use at this point. How do you create these? One quartz combined with any two of the following. Okay. Ah, that'll do. Or do I need to go do the shopping too? Not necessarily have a lot of extra weight. At the same time, I have no use for the katana. It requires exotic weapon proficiency, and I'm very unlikely to take it because I can't use finesse with the katana, so in some sense it's totally worthless to me. At the same time, I don't think Thanos is gonna take exotic weaponry. In many ways I hope he wouldn't take it. He has a lot more important feats to take. So, we're just gonna go visit the smithy, dump as much equipment as we can on her, and head back to Drogon's house, teleport back to where we came from. And hopefully we're good enough to take on the gnolls, I suppose.
Hail and well met.
At the same time, it might be better to go after Timafarar. Well, we're not exactly getting much more out of this, but we get something like 1,400 something. Now this is 1,000. I mean, 1,400. Now this is 1,800 something. So there is a significant price difference there. Ring of Animal Friendship. Don't see any use for it. That'll leave us with 5,500 cash, which is nice. I'm not sure if we should spend it on anything. The items aren't that well, maybe a couple of healer's kits. We don't need that many, but I really don't want to be. It's easier for me to have a handful at least. I took a half dozen because if Xanos goes down, I don't really have to deal with it. I just can quickly heal him up so he can get back up. We can just rest after that. Much more convenient for me. That's very likely the main use for them. We use bottles for myself. I only have 4 weak ones though. But I'm not the one who's supposed to tank most of the damage anyway at this point. Doesn't mean it won't happen, but outside a couple of specialty fights, I think we're okay.
Have you any news of...
Report me back to where I used to ring. So, High Forest, Gnoll Cave, and Cave Entrance. Wait, what's the cave entrance? Yeah, it's some optional thing again. Shit. Either way, I'll leave it for some other time. It could even potentially be connected to the Gnoll caves, who knows.